Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a shocking story about Sedote Nwachukwu, a Nigerian man who not only scammed his way through the entertainment industry, but also caused a highly anticipated Burna Boy concert to be canceled. Buckle up, because this is a wild ride filled with deceit, betrayal, and financial ruin. In March 2023, Sedote Nwachukwu, along with his associate Kenzo Onkelnzi, approached Gregory Wings with a lucrative opportunity. They claimed to have a contract with Burna Boy for a concert scheduled on September 23, 2023 at the FNB Stadium in South Africa. To secure the contract, they needed $500,000. Gregory, seeing the potential, introduced them to Mike Harris, the owner of Death Row Records, who provided the funds. The plot thickened in April 2023 when Sedote approached Gregory again, asking him to invest an additional $250,000 for operating expenses. In return, he promised 50% of the net profits from the show. Gregory, trusting Sedote, wired the funds to his company, Penthouse LLC. However, late April brought shocking news. Sedote called Gregory claiming that Kenzo had stolen the $250,000 and that he was pressing charges. He also promised that he was negotiating with Burna Boy to transfer the contract solely into his name. But this was just the beginning of the deception. In May 2023, Sedote sent Gregory fake corporate documents claiming to have incorporated Turnery Media Group LLC in Wyoming. He presented both of them as owners, but in reality it was solely under Sedote's name. As events unfolded, Mike Harris began to feel uneasy about financing the show and requested his $500,000 back. In response, Sedote made a new deal with Gregory, asking him to put up $1.6 million to fund the show while showing him fake ticket sales reports claiming the show was nearly sold out. After seeing the reports and knowing his money was safe in ticket sales, Gregory quickly gave Sedote the money. Fast forward to September 8, 2023. Gregory was informed that Sedote hadn't paid any suppliers for the show. Shocked, he started investigating and uncovered that Sedote had also received over $552,000 in advance payments from Ticket Pro, but had never informed him about it. When confronted, Sedote assured Gregory that the funds were safe and that payments would be made to all suppliers shortly. But by September 15, when payments still hadn't been made, Sedote spun a story about the US government seizing the funds. He even sent out a fake email to suppliers, claiming the funds would be released soon. But the truth finally came to light on September 16, 2023. Gregory intercepted an email sent to suppliers by Sedote saying that OFAC had seized the funds and they would be paid on Monday the 18th. Sedote included a screenshot of an email from Regions Bank confirming what he was saying. It was easily discovered that the email from Regions Bank was fake and had been altered by Sedote. He had never sent the money to any suppliers. On September 18, 2023, on a recorded Zoom call, Sedote lied to Gregory, owners of the stadium, and suppliers about OFAC releasing the funds and that he would be sending wire confirmations out to everyone.
I just got into Johannesburg this morning. They lost my luggage, so I literally just checked in my hotel about 30 minutes ago. So I just was updating everybody that so my bank, the last email I sent forwarded you basically what's been going on with our wires that have been sent since the 6th. So once my financial consultant gets to the bank, she's going to call OPAC department to see exactly what needs to be done to release our funds that have actually been sent for wires. So by close of business day, we were trying to at least send you wire confirmations of the payments that were sent on Friday. So because this is something that has never happened to us before, she's trying to say that we might need, let's say, 24 hours or so. So that was the point of this call, just to say that, hey, I just flew into town. I just got to Johannesburg. Can you at least give us, till close of business day or first thing tomorrow to send confirmation receipts of the wires? Because the wires were processed on Friday. But like I said, OPAC is something with funds coming in and out of our account. So the bank has all our invoices, and we're just, because we're 6 hours ahead, we have to wait for them to open. The bank opens at 9 o'clock, so that's going to be 2 p.m. over here. So before close of business day, I will be able to give you a firm update on exactly what they said as far as releasing our funds.
So, Seth, thank you for that. Appreciate your information. There's a couple of things that have come up about all of this. Obviously, number one, when we had that conversation on Saturday morning, you, me, and Charles, the understanding was that you were actually going to stay in America to get this sorted out because of invoices and what have you, which obviously hasn't happened. So obviously that is a little bit concerning to see that you are here and not standing in front of the bank. So that is a concern.
Because I was not needed. I got clarification that I can go actually here because a lot of Burner's team has also arrived today also. So I could not be in Atlanta, if that makes sense. Burner's team is arriving this morning, also this afternoon. So there's no way I could have just been in Atlanta. So my banker did clarify that, hey, I can do all this over the phone because I have to be here when they're arriving also. It would not be right for nobody on our team to have been here. Greg just got out of the hospital this morning.
Okay, so the reality of it is this event cannot take place in any form whatsoever, technically speaking. And let me walk you through the challenges that we have. In order for us to have access to the stadium needs to be paid.
Correct.
In order for Gear House to go in on and start setting up crane, the ramps need to be put in, and that needs to be paid. It's an 8-hour job to have done. So the absolute last possible event is it starting at 2 o'clock today. Anything past 2 o'clock today and for Gear House to go in which means we don't have an event. In the event that Gear House does go in tomorrow morning, there is a remote outside chance we'll be ready for an event on Saturday. Then still, on top of that, that's provided the Ternary Media Group is willing to pay extra money because now we have got overtime to work 24/7, so that we've got overtime fees plus extra staff, as well as further payment to the stadium to make use of their lights. And I say this with conviction because I'm not trying to extort any money from anybody, which has been claimed that that's all I am doing. So unfortunately, many of the service providers and suppliers have pulled out of this event, Sid, because of what has been transpired. And unfortunately, I do apologize. I'm remorseful and sympathize with regards to what's happening with OFAC, but this is something that we should have sorted out a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And both the key role players sitting in this room, both Bertie and Charles, and myself as Airlot, to try and present a professional event with standards indicative of what is related in relation to what FMB is about, what Gear House is about, and what South Africa is about. Unfortunately, this event cannot take place. Unless you have a bag of money with you right now so that I can speak to Thomas Ledham to put in the ramp and stadium can be paid, unfortunately, the challenge is this event is not taking place.
So let's see, by close of business day, like I just said, Sharif, in 2 hours, I'm going to find out from my banker when our funds can be released. If not, I also have somebody that can probably wire funds also from a totally different account. So when you say, as far as taking place a week or two ago, I can't, we did wire the funds on Friday, and we can't foresee that OFAC would have intercepted funds that were being sent to South Africa. That's just the reality of, what's happened. So like I said, if you can give us till close of business day on the technical side so we can see if the funds from our account would be released or have to wire from another account.
Again, I sympathize with you, and in order for us to have any form of possible show on Saturday, we need to see funds by 2 o'clock, which is in the next 2 hours. Close of business today means, and let's say you do get the funds, and we've got it by close of business today. Stadium needs to be paid, and VAT needs to be paid for the ramp for Gear House to go in. That needs to happen at 2. If it only happens tomorrow, I guarantee you we will not be ready technically for a show on Saturday. Never mind sound checks or rehearsals on the Friday. Unless I'm incorrect, Shaw, if you don't mind jumping in here, sir.
On September 19th, 2023, Burna Boy's team had enough and cut ties with Sedote, leading to the cancellation of the show. Not only did Gregory lose trust, but he also lost a significant amount of money. In an attempt to recover his funds and hold Sedote accountable, Gregory opened a fraud case against Sedote at Sandon Police Station immediately. Between August 23rd and September 10th, Sedote asked Gregory to cover the travel expenses for Burna Boy's band and entourage, promising he would reimburse him. Trusting his so-called friend, Gregory charged a staggering $103,670 on his credit card. Fast forward to September 26, 2023, Sedote made a shocking claim to his bank, saying that all payments he made on Gregory's bills were fraudulent. The bank responded by returning the entire $103,670 to Sedote, leaving Gregory to clean up the mess. This deceit cost Gregory an additional $207,340, totaling nearly $1,807,350. To date, Gregory has lost a total of $1,807,350, and Mike Harris lost a total of $500,000. Gregory even paid Sedote's rent in June and July of 2023 and loaned him $25,000. To make matters worse, Sedote leveraged Gregory's past against him. He was incarcerated for money laundering back in 2007 and served 8 years. He forfeited $19.5 million and paid $8.6 million in restitution. Sedote was manipulating the narrative to escape accountability. The FBI and local authorities have confirmed that Gregory Wings has no active cases anywhere in America and has only been arrested one time in his life in 2006 and served 8 years and 4 days in prison. As of now, Sedote is wanted in South Africa for his crimes and has been on the run in America since September 2023. The fallout from this scandal has not only damaged careers, but has also shattered trust and friendships. Gregory, who thought he was helping a friend, found himself at the center of a massive fraud case, forced to face the repercussions of Sedote's deceit. Unlike Sedote, Gregory stayed in South Africa to get to the bottom of things and answer the tough questions. Sedote is currently trolling the South African people from the US by putting out fake news on his Turnery Media Group Instagram page. He's claiming Turnery Media Group is a multi-million-dollar company. After research, it was discovered that the only business it did was a failed Burna Boy show. It does not have an office or a current working telephone number. Sedote is also putting out fake press releases on behalf of the company claiming his innocence. He even tried to convince the public that Interpol had cleared him. Even though Interpol doesn't clear people of any crimes, they only hunt down criminals on the run. The lies and deception have reached an all-time high with Sedote. Recently, a video full of false information was released on YouTube through a channel called Truth TV Inc. After more research, we now know that Truth TV Inc. is a company owned by Sedote himself. Our team has obtained banking records from Turnery Media Group, which reveal that Sedote received a staggering $552,000 from TicketPro, but only paid Gregory a meager $61,500 in loan repayments between July and September 2023. Meanwhile, Sedote paid himself a hefty $921,000 in salary during this period. There is absolutely zero evidence that Gregory Wings ever stole any money from the company. The weight of evidence points squarely at Sedote, whose past is riddled with criminal activity and financial irresponsibility. Our research uncovered numerous legal troubles, debts, and liens against him and his businesses. After obtaining court documents, we found a disturbing pattern in Sedote's history. On September 3, 2008, he was convicted of forgery for creating fake bank statements in an attempt to secure a loan from a U.S. bank. Then, on May 4, 2014, he was convicted of domestic violence. More recently, on December 1, 2021, a UCC filing was made against Sedote's business for an unpaid $100,000 loan. Just 2 months later, on February 9, 2022, another issuance came against him from a merchant advance company for a $125,000 loan that went unpaid. And it doesn't stop there. On April 22, 2024, the Georgia Department of Revenue placed the tax lien against Sedote for $18,878.52 due to unpaid taxes. This mounting evidence paints a clear picture of a man who is consistently engaged in fraudulent behavior and financial mismanagement. The story of Sedote Nwachukwu is one of manipulation and deceit, leaving a trail of victims in its wake. Gregory Wings trusted Sedote as a friend and business partner, only to find himself ensnared in a web of lies. As this saga continues to unfold, we urge you to be vigilant and question the sources of information you encounter online. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this investigation eye-opening, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of crime and deception. Until next time.